What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of the Hella Average Gamescast. I'm your co-host Cam, and alongside today I have Carmen and Jeremy. Jeremy, man, what you been playing lately, buddy?
I'm playing the Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age Edition.
Oh yeah, you got that?
Yep.
What do you think about it?
It's a lot better than the original was on the PS2. They actually fixed one of my biggest gripes, where they actually introduced a job system. So now everyone doesn't play exactly the same. They can only pick up to 2 different roles. And it really adds to some customer characterization. I now actually have to use all my party members instead of just the same 3 in the entire game.
Oh, so you could go through the whole game in the original with just the same 3 people?
Yeah, because everyone can learn the exact same skills, equip the exact same weapons and armor. There's nothing to differentiate them. But now you got one guy who's a black mage, one who's a knight, one who's a time mage, and so forth.
What about you, Carmen? What you been into?
I've been playing a lot of games this week. It's been a busy week for me. I started, picking up on Crash Bandicoot some more, got through a few stages, got into my backlog a bit, started playing Shovel Knight, Torment of Souls.
Nice.
That DLC is super fun.
It is awesome.
Now, was that the second DLC or the first DLC?
Second.
That's what I thought.
Plague Knight was first.
That's right, yeah. I played through Plague Knight. I haven't played the second one yet.
I didn't enjoy the Plague Knight as much as I'm enjoying the mechanics with the Reaper.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, Plague Knight is stiff.
Yeah, it was tough.
It's just like Plague Knight to me felt like just like a reskin, like you're just playing as Plague Knight going to the exact same missions. That's how it felt. Kind of, I don't know, a slog.
I couldn't disagree.
I didn't like it. It didn't add nothing to me.
It was okay.
The gameplay was tough. It was hard.
Yeah.
What about you, Cam? What are you playing?
I haven't played a lot. I've been playing a shit ton of the Destiny beta. I mean, last night I ran the mission and then played probably 3 or 4 hours of the Crucible. Then ran the Strike probably 8 to 10 times. And then today I played the main mission, the starting mission. So here's how it works. When you start, you're automatically in the first mission. You go through the whole mission and then it opens up and you can do 1 strike and 2 different Crucible modes, which is PvP. So I ran the main mission with every single character, a Titan, Warlock, and Hunter. And then I played some competitive multiplayer. So I probably already got about 8 to 10 hours in the beta.
Nice. I'll be on that grind tonight.
Yeah.
I got the house to myself, just hanging out, so.
And so, and I'm on vacation, so I've been drinking and playing Destiny. So that's kind of some nostalgia for me, because I used to do that all the time.
It's back, baby.
And,
it's back.
Other than that, I've been playing some Ghost Recon Wildlands.
What do you think about it?
The game is good. I mean, it's a Ubisoft game. So if you're a fan of the Division or, their style of gameplay, you'll like it. I mean, it's open world. The mechanics are solid, and you're leveling up, getting new guns. There's a tier program, so when you finish the game, there's more in-game content. It makes it harder, and you get more, more items and more guns and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. And I'm on level 8 out of level 30, I think.
Oh, you're a scrub.
Yeah, I'm noob. So
you gotta step it up, boy.
Yeah, and I've been putting Until Dawn on the back burner. I haven't got to play any more of that, so I'm still on chapter 5 there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy, did you get the Destiny beta?
No.
And why is that?
I don't stoop down to mediocre games.
Fuck out of here.
You're the only person that I know that hates Destiny, like in my own friend group.
Bunch of casuals, your Mountain Dew and Doritos.
This is not Call of Duty. This is a step above Call of Duty.
No, this is Call of Duty with Space Wizards, my friend.
Yes, they come from the moon.
Yeah, but this game it looks amazing. The gameplay is crispy. They beefed it up so much. It's unrecognizable in comparison.
Well, I had the first one, and it's just okay to me.
You played through the story.
The first one burnt a lot of people.
So what now?
You played through the story, didn't you?
I barely even scratched the story. I'm not gonna lie. I played for like maybe 6 or 7 hours, and I just got bored.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it doesn't really just ring my bell or anything.
I don't know, because
each their own.
This
You're fired.
You're out of here. Get out of here. Stop. Cut your mic off right now.
Bye.
But no, you can tell that they're utilizing the new consoles or the new power of the console because there's so much happening in the background now.
Was the original not made just for next gen? Was it made for last gen also?
It was on
Yes.
PS3 and Xbox 360.
Okay, so they're focusing just on current gen. Yeah,
as far as I know, it's just going to be PS4 and Xbox One and PC.
And then PC.
Yeah, that always helps.
Yeah, and that's big because now you've got a whole new audience you didn't reach with the first one, which is the PC audience.
That's true.
Yeah, there's some quirky things they're doing with the PC version, though. There's not going to be any recoil on the guns.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds cheap.
And these beginner guns really have some kick to them, boy. Them motherfuckers float.
Wow, yeah, I've been noticing. I've been trying to use the scout rifle, which, for those of you who don't know, is basically the DMR, like, so a semi-automatic rifle. And some can go full auto, but those things kick like a mule. You can't get them. I can't get them positioned on anything. So,
I mean, that's part of the beta as well. So.
Cool. It's actually kind of a shallow beta. I've got to take its props away on that. They don't give a whole lot. There's just 3 things, and that's it.
Oh,
they don't let you earn a lot.
Yeah. They just want you to wet your beak and get all excited for it, so you'll buy the full game.
Absolutely, which I will.
My whole head's wet, Jeremy. Whole head.
So let's go back to the Final Fantasy XII remake.
Yeah.
Is this the first time they remade that game?
Yeah.
Huh. I've never played it, so I don't know anything about it.
Well, this is actually the original game we got in the U.S. didn't have the job system, but they did re-release it in Japan with the job system. Essentially, this is an HD upgrade of the Japanese re-release, which was the far superior version.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long is it? Are you going to dive deep into it? Is it an 80-hour game?
Oh, it's a Final Fantasy game, so you're looking at least 80 hours. There's a shit ton of side missions, hunts, quests, all that. But I would say it hasn't really changed my opinion much on the game. As far as a Final Fantasy game goes, it's just right in the middle for me. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't changed or fixed the biggest problem that the characters are just kind of boring and there, except for Fran and Balthier, the only 2 interesting ones. I mean, Balthier is basically just Han Solo and Captain Jack rolled up into one sky pirate, so.
Okay, I'm down with that. I like anything to do with pirates.
But I did notice, and I didn't notice this the first time I played the game, this story is Star Wars. It is Star Wars with Magic Knights. You have an Empire going up against. You're part of a rebel group with a kid who has never wielded a weapon before. He's picked up by a charismatic rogue, his part animal buddy. There's an old man that teaches you the ways of the mist, aka the Force. There's a badass guy in black armor who wields dual swords who kicks the shit out of you on a regular basis. Evil twins. There's a princess who heads the rebel force. I mean, need I go on?
Wow, that sounds like a direct ripoff.
I mean,
crazy.
Jesus. If their swords were glowing green or red, I'd be like, shit.
Well, hey, don't break the
wheel. We can reskin those.
Yeah, we know that Star Wars is proven, so they just were like, let's just take a little bit of this story. It'll make this game great.
Even the music and cinematography is reminiscent of Star Wars. I mean, even the theme for the Empire sounds like the theme from Star Wars. You know, the da 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 da.
That's cool. I mean, I think they knew what they were doing then.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, copying something like that.
Yeah, something that broke records and continues to break records. Yeah.
That's probably why I don't find the story that interesting. It's a lot of political intrigue, kind of like the Star Wars movies were.
And you're not a fan of Star Wars, are you?
I'm not. I think they're, again, like Destiny, I just think it's okay.
Yeah, like a passing fan. Like, you know about it, but you don't really care for it.
Yeah, I'd watch it on TV, but I'm sure as hell not going to sit out and go to theaters and see every new incarnation of Star Wars, episode 47. Luke.
I can't get with it either, dude, so don't feel bad. I like the original 3, episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, same here.
Episode 1 was good, and then after that, I was just like, this just isn't that good. This isn't what I remember of Star Wars. So
yeah, I was big into it in like middle school, but that's because my friends were into it. But I quickly
because you hung out with a bunch of nerds.
Hell yeah,
didn't we all? Well, I wasn't as nerdy in high school. I was like with the jocks too, but I'd go home and I'd play World of Warcraft every night, and it's like my guilty pleasure.
You were undercover nerd.
It wasn't until after high school that I came out of the nerd closet.
Mom, Dad, I'm a nerd. I have no son!
Oh, yeah. That's about how it went.
We got to get that soundbite that you just said when I came out of the nerd closet.
I think that they were just excited that I wasn't watching porn 24/7. I was actually playing some video game. But I digress. There's some big news on the new release front this week, guys.
What came out?
Splatoon 2.
Talk to me.
Ah.
It's coming out Friday, I believe. When this podcast airs, can go to the store and buy Splatoon 2, I believe.
Splatoon 1 was a big hit, so, I mean, I think this game will also do the same.
Yeah, and I think they improved upon it. From what I've heard, obviously I've never played. I played one as a demo in a Walmart or something. I'm planning on getting.
How's it play?
It's so what you're doing is I don't know how to. It's like a cartoon. It's Nintendo's version of a competitive game. So what you are is you're a squid, and your team has a certain ink color, from what I remember. What you're trying to do is you're trying to paint the arena you're in. Also, if like the floor is your color, you can like swim through it, so you can go faster to a certain point. And that's really what's trying. You can shoot obviously you can shoot the other team too, and really the team that has the most paint at the end of the round wins.
Interesting.
So basic concept, but it was fun.
It's a neat take on the FPS series. I actually like that idea.
Yeah, it's it's a good cartoon idea, and obviously it's Nintendo's spin on it, and Nintendo usually doesn't do a bad job with stuff like that.
Although I have to say, I heard that Splatoon 2 isn't actually really much of a sequel. It's more like just an upgrade of the original game.
Yeah, I think it is, and it was some different maps and some maybe I don't know. I think I heard there was a new mode, but don't quote me on that.
They said essentially it's just DLC.
Okay.
However, how many people actually have played Splatoon? I mean, how many people even own a Wii U?
I mean, I think it's pretty popular for Nintendo. I mean, I think this is their foray into the esports world. Obviously, they have Smash, but I think this is trying to get. I think they're pushing this into the esports world.
Oh yeah, but
I mean, they did during the Switch launch. They tried to show like these groups sitting down on the ground before their match, but I don't think this game's going to be a hit like that.
Oh, I don't think so either. But it's definitely going to be a hit for the Switch because a lot more people are going to own the Switch, and a lot of those people have never played the original Splatoon. So this is definitely a pickup for them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you got to think that this is the first big new game since the launch, which was Zelda.
Well, no, they had ARMS.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about ARMS. So yeah, with this and ARMS are the two new games. They're two, ARMS is obviously a new IP, a brand new game, and then Splatoon is a sequel. But other than that, I think it was just a port of Mario Kart, right?
Well, yeah. This is kind of a port in itself, too. I mean, I don't think we're going to have
maybe a port, but it's technically a sequel,
Yeah. I don't think they're going to have a true big game, though, until that sexy-ass Mario Odyssey comes out.
I'm excited for that game. And everything I've seen about it is, God.
Yeah.
Everything I want in a Mario game. That and Rabbids. I'm excited for Rabbids, too.
I'm not at all.
Ah, come on now.
So I
it's going to be a quirky game.
Oh, I don't deny it's going to be a great game, but I don't like the Rabbids, and I don't care for XCOM. But
you're not a Rayman fan?
I like Rayman, but I don't like the Rabbids.
Oh, so you didn't like when they introduced the Rabbids?
No, they're minions essentially.
Yeah,
I
mean that's where the minions were based off of.
Exactly.
You can't...
I know you're wrong. It's going to be a hit game. It's going to be great. It's going to be like 9 out of 10s, I'm sure, but just not for me.
I'm not sure it's going to be a 9 or a 10.
You don't think so?
No, I think it's going to be like a solid 6.
No, I mean I would put my money at 8 or higher, easy.
Oh yeah, it's a Mario game. It's XCOM related. It's going to be 9.
It's not enough to just be Mario, though.
I don't know.
A lot of people like Mario Sunshine, including me, but it didn't get rave reviews.
But I did.
It's definitely I think it's more of a cult game. I think critically it didn't do so hot, but the fan base really loved it. And again, this is me speaking off the top of my head, so I'm not sure 100%.
No, I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying. I thought it was a wonderful game. I loved that it had new mechanics, and it was a different take on what you could do, and you had puzzles to figure out, and you had to conserve water and do all these different things. It was different.
And that was just a beautiful looking game, too.
The reviews, if you go off of, like Cam was saying, like critically acclaimed views, it fell short.
Well, I mean, so I'm just a quick cursory research of it. It's got a 92 on Metacritic, and it's got a user score of 8.6. So, I mean, it looks like it.
Yeah, but that's how long ago was the game released?
Released in August of 2002.
And when did they review it?
I mean, I'm sure they didn't update their review after. So the last user review was 2015. I'm seeing.
Okay.
And most are 2002. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, the game was a good game. It got received well.
Yeah.
But besides Splatoon, have y'all heard about Superhot?
I have, but I haven't played it yet.
It's a PC game that got it was really, really good game, and it has to do with some type of shooting mechanic. I'm not sure, but now
apparently it's an FPS game, but whenever you don't move, the game stops. It freezes. Like, that's the whole point. Like, you shoot a bullet, and then if you just stop moving, the bullet freezes in midair, and you can stop and plan your next move and so forth.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's coming to console?
It came to PS4 today. Did it come to Xbox? I'm not sure.
Sounds pretty crazy, but it's single player?
Yeah, I don't think there's a multiplayer asset to it.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if it's multiplayer, then, like, you won't even have a chance to hesitate or stop or move or any of that, because it won't work. It just won't work.
No.
So it's just coming to PS4 as of right now and PSVR, so they're releasing a VR version of it.
That would definitely work in VR.
Yeah, I could see that. As far as the price, I couldn't see it being a fully priced game.
No. It's probably $30 max, I would think.
Usually PC ports aren't that expensive. I mean, I can't find the price off the top of my head, so... But yeah, it's definitely coming.
I probably won't play it.
Yeah, I might not get it either, but it's just cool to have a really good touted PC game come to a console, So it brings a new audience. That's really neat.
Yep, I mean, it will expand it, and I'm sure people will come up with other crazy things that you can do in the game on the console and try to break it, because the port might not be, as secure as the PC version.
True. And another thing, I'm really excited when games come to VR. I don't own VR, but I'm one of the people who think that VR is definitely a viable console, a viable platform. And I love when seeing these games, these full-fledged games, or these, VR demonstrations come into the PlayStation.
What are your thoughts on VR, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm in the exact opposite boat. I think, honestly, VR is not going to stick around. I think it's going to end up being like 3D, where it's just kind of a niche there for a little while and just going to go away. It could possibly come back in the future when it gets more refined or easy to do, but there's just not a whole lot you can do with VR games outside of like FPS or walking simulators.
Yeah, that just sounds fucking boring.
It does, and plus it's so obtuse right now with that headset you have to wear.
Oh yeah, you look like a damn asshole with that thing on.
And especially with
I can't get behind it.
Well, the price range is high now, especially if you go Oculus. Not only do you have to buy the Oculus hardware, you have to already have a gaming PC that can support it. But if you want to foray into the VR experiences, then you can get the PSVR for a relatively good price.
I mean, it's a good way to check it out if that's what you want to do, but I mean, how long is it going to last, and how many good games are on VR, and I can't justify it.
Exactly.
But, I mean, I could get behind the price of the PS3 when it dropped. That wasn't a problem for me.
I don't have $400 right now just to drop on the VR. I could find a better use of my money.
Yeah,
no, but if it was hyped up and you wanted to get it at launch, you would have saved for it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, I wasn't that excited for it, but I'm excited for the possibilities it brings, if that makes sense. What can happen with it.
Yeah, the possibilities are definitely there, but they're not showing any of that potential right now. Too many of the games are just too damn short.
As a matter of fact, I was listening to a podcast the other day. I'm trying to remember the name off the top of my head. I believe it was Gamertag Radio, which is one of my favorite podcasts. And their host, Danny, was interviewing the founder of Atari, I believe. And he's obviously out of the game space now, but he still has a company, and they are working on VR. But their aim is the largest VR tracking. So basically, they can track a football field. So with their sensors, you can place it in a large open space, and then the possibilities are crazy endless. You can have, laser tag or any kind of game in a whole field. So you're moving around, and it covers, 100-yard or more radius. So they're kind of going towards, corporate stuff.
They're more like talking about like the Kinect.
Yeah, but in like the widest scale that's been seen yet. And this is obviously not a consumer
See, now I think
product.
I find that intriguing.
Yeah, but like I said, this is not a consumer product. This is definitely a corporate or team product. But that's what he's doing, and he said himself that he's all about the innovation.
I mean, it's just a short-lived hype for me. It's like you told me that they can track a football field, and I'm a little excited for a second, and then afterwards I'm thinking, like some people don't want to do that. Yeah. It's fun, like for a team building exercise at work, or it's fun for a group of friends to go do it once or twice, but how many times are you going to do that?
I don't know. I'd pay $50 to go to a giant field and, I don't know, play Tron, like a light cycle game or a disc game from Tron, or be playing some laser tag, whatever it might be.
I mean, I'm not worried about like the price. That's not an issue. So if we throw price out of it, like it's not $50, $20, but it's how many times would you go and play this Tron game or this light cycle game in comparison to how many times you'll log into Destiny, or you'll log into The Division, or you'll play Wildlands, or you'll play Nidhogg. Think about all that.
Yeah, I know, but it's a whole different space. So, like, think about if you take somebody on a date. If you go out on a date, you're going to dinner and a movie, and you spend probably, whatever, regardless of cat, we'll take money out of it, like you said, but you take somebody on a date, you're going to see a movie, or you might go putt-putting, or whatever it is. All of a sudden, if these VR parks just start popping up, then it's a whole new ballgame. Go on a date and play laser tag, virtual laser tag, or play some kind of, I don't know, large-scale PvP game, whatever it may be.
If the hardware's different, then I can find that as a viable option.
Yeah, see, I think Carmen brings up a good point. It's more like it's just coming off as a novelty. The games themselves don't have very much depth. They're kind of just time wasters. You play them once or twice and you never touch them again. And that's the biggest problem with VR right now is there's nothing that's going to keep you coming back. There's no Skyrim for this, although Skyrim would do well in VR, obviously.
Well, it's coming, and I tend to agree with you, because the first full game VR experience I think this coming is Fallout. I think that's the first full game.
See, and if they can get more games like that, then that would make VR a viable option. Just stop it with these, expensive $50 demos, essentially.
Yeah, they definitely have to do away with just giving you a half-ass product.
Yeah.
Fallout is probably one of the best ones that's going to come.
Yeah, and then Doom.
Because people want to immerse themselves into this world more than they already are.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Still, how many times are you going to do that?
There's a lot of people who will just plunk down days of their lives into Skyrim or Fallout, especially in VR.
There's a lot of people who have a lot less time, or a lot less to do, and have a lot more time than we do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll agree with you there.
Let's move on. What do we got for news? Have y'all checked out anything this week?
Nintendo's app is finally live, so you can do voice chat, and then I heard it is the worst.
Yep.
I didn't read.
What'd you guys hear about it?
No, I didn't read much about it.
I just saw a lot of people complaining about it, so it's just one more reason not to use it. They just did it all wrong.
Yeah.
The technology has existed for years. It's like,
don't reinvent.
Just reach into the bag and do it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to make it harder. You don't need to make Discord for Nintendo.
Well, they wouldn't be Nintendo if they didn't.
They're lucky they have enough money, or they wouldn't be Nintendo at all.
That's exactly my point. I mean,
They drive me crazy. Their decision-making drives me insane.
I don't understand. It shouldn't take 15 cell phones and 75 length of wire just to be able to talk to someone while you play Splatoon.
They're not going to do it.
No.
I'm telling you, Discord will run the Switch.
Yes.
Okay, I just pulled up an article about it right now. So we can answer all the questions we need. It's on your app store. iOS, Android, all supported. Doesn't start working until the 20th. Doesn't cost anything. So, that's something to look forward to. It doesn't cost anything. The app is free. Nintendo's online services are $20 a year, which is the best priced yearly membership. But you probably get the least amount of support.
I don't know. I just think Nintendo, just like you said, the technology was there, and what are they doing with an app? Like, why do you have to have an app to do this?
I think it's just them trying to have a proprietary system again, I think. They did the same thing with the GameCube. Instead of going with DVDs, they went with 3-inch optical media. And it screwed them over.
And then it says, why didn't Nintendo just do voice chat from the Switch? And they say because Nintendo doesn't want it to be easy.
Exactly.
They want you to build a little character.
Yeah.
Why?
They want you to try a little harder. They're wasting people's time.
Mm-hmm.
Not my company.
They're wasting people's efforts. Not mine either. You buy your Switch. You enjoy.
Exactly.
And you play on your little app.
Yep.
When you want to talk to your little 12-year-old
I'll
speaker.
have to Switch. I will support Nintendo that way, but I will not voice chat on it ever.
No, you'll use Discord. Yeah. Or you'll call them or do whatever. I mean, I'd rather do 3-way calls with you and Jeremy to play on the damn Switch than download this whack app.
It'd just be easier to open a window and yell outside when we're getting on.
Yeah, get strings and 3 tin cans and go at it.
There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, it pretty much is. Yeah, that's an app description right there.
I mean, I know we've talked about it before, but the rig that you have to have is ridiculous. It's like a harness. You plug your phone into it. You plug your headset into it. And you know, plug it into your Switch, and then you got your headset, and oh man, it's terrible.
I already have a hard enough time putting on my pants now. I'm not about to try to do all that. If my PlayStation controllers won't sync up, I just unplug the whole system. Like,
coming from the tech guy of the website, the guy that knows all there is about tech.
If you haven't tried restarting, you haven't tried.
You're absolutely right. Have you tried cutting it on and cutting it off and cut it back on again?
Yeah. People are like, my computer doesn't work. Have you turned it off? No, it's been on for 6 months. Turn that fucker off for 3 seconds. I don't care how you do it. Shut down, restart, just hold the power button. It all works, but that's not going to work with the Switch.
No.
At all. Not even slightly.
Hey, your Switch isn't working? Oh, yeah. Have you tried restarting? Nope. Okay, here's how you restart. First, unplug your Switch, take the battery out, place it in a nice cellophane bag, take it outside. There's going to be a guy in a yellow poncho named Hank. He's going to take you to the Switch headquarters. It's located in Tuscaloosa. You have to go between the hours of 9 and 9:15 a.m. No more, no less. And it just goes on and on from there.
Oh, man, I was like, when that was going, I was waiting for you to tell me what's going to happen.
The nightmare never stops.
It never stops. You get there, and then there's no one there. They kick in the balls, and they say, thank you for shopping Nintendo. Fuck you.
Well, the proper way that I thought that you restart a Switch and play a Switch is you cut the Switch off, and you cut on a PlayStation.
There you go.
That's the simplified version. Cliff Notes.
But I digress. Have you guys heard about the 2 new flashback consoles or retro consoles?
Talking about the Atari box?
Yes. Well, not the Atari box. We'll get to that. But At Games has announced 2 new retro consoles. You're going to have the Sega Genesis flashback, which is obviously the Sega Genesis console. It's going to be priced at $80, and it's going to have 85 games preloaded. But not only that, it's also going to have a cartridge slot on the top, so it will play most of the old original cartridges.
Now, you do realize that this isn't a new release. They're just re-releasing something they've already had out for years.
Sure, yeah, but I mean, they're basically just cashing in on this nostalgia that's going on right now.
And also, if you look into it, it sucks balls.
From At Games?
Yes.
Are they the company that you were trying to tell me about a while back that was really shitty?
Yeah, they're a Chinese-based company. Because I looked into this when the NES Classic came out. There's 85 games on there, but guess how many of them are actually Sega games?
How many?
About half. The other 40 games, you got Sudoku, you got Mahjong, you got Solitaire. You got Solitaire with penguins on it. They're just shovelware games.
You just took the wind right out of my sails, man.
Yes.
So I mean, you're right. I didn't look at the lineup, so I didn't even have a chance. I know it.
You don't want to play Mahjong?
And dude, I'm going to take that sail and burn it too. The games that are actually on there, while they are good, the sound is shit. It is the sound of crackling ass.
Now you're talking about their previous attempts at this, right?
Yeah, but this thing, they don't upgrade it. They just re-release the same damn thing every time.
Well, it's $80, and
yeah,
you know they say that like the whole cartridge port's a big deal for them because you can play a lot of your old cartridges.
Yeah, but it was also on the other one. You can buy a Sega Genesis for $20.
Well, then, so they're also releasing an Atari. Did you know about that?
And I'm sure it'll be the same thing. Now, I haven't looked into the Atari one because I'm not an Atari gamer, so I couldn't say if their emulation is just as shit. How many did they say was?
Jeremy,
how many
shooting this one down? You got.
No, he ate this one up.
This is the Atari Flashback 8 Gold. It's $80. It has 120 titles. So I mean, you got a shit ton of Atari games back in the day, you know.
That's true. But those are also games. Those are games you're not going to play for more than maybe 5 minutes each.
Yeah, but you got 2 wireless controllers with this one, which is something new, and it's got 2 ports for 2, so you can plug in 2 controllers.
I should also mention those wireless controllers are not Bluetooth. They are infrared.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes. Yeah, that's the same thing with the Sega Genesis controllers, and they are faulty.
So you got to be within 5 feet and make sure nothing's in front of it, right?
Exactly. It's just like a remote control on a TV.
Well, you just
isn't going to be good.
I was
this
so
is a bust.
about that, and you just bam.
Hey, they don't call me Jeremy Dream Smasher Buys for nothing.
Well, I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad you're here because if it was just me and Carmen, we would have been super excited and pumping it up, and now we got another point of view, so that's good.
No.
I know. I was hyped for all of 3 minutes, and then Jeremy started talking.
Oh, that's what I do. I suck the life out of everything.
Or I'll look them up and I'll see what's going on. we might can follow up on it. But if it's as shit as you say it is, then no.
All I'm saying is they now don't get me wrong, they could have completely done a remodel on this and make it worth your time, but I would say be extremely skeptical because I've seen them in the past and I'm glad I passed.
Well, I'm gonna avoid it at this point. I'll stick with the remake that I know is gonna be a hit.
Yeah, I'll stick with my Genesis and kart games. Thank you.
I don't think that this is going to be in high demand as the SNES, and I think you'll be able to find this anytime, so I'm not too worried about it.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, this one will be at Bed Bath & Beyond, no doubt.
I specifically saw stacks of them at Bed Bath & Beyond when the NES Classic came out.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I also heard, this is a bit of news, and I if you don't play Doom, it's not a big deal, but Doom, when it came out, they obviously did a season pass with it, a $40 season pass. Well, when it came out, the story became the front runner. Like, it was so good, and people said the multiplayer was the weakest part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just did a huge deal. They released a big update, and it gives everybody every piece of DLC, gets rid of the season pass, and you get it all for free. So
really?
Everything that's been done with the multiplayer, you get it all for free now.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, they took it.
Yeah,
they took it away.
6.66 update.
That's awesome.
6.66. Yeah, pretty big deal. Like, I mean, because obviously Bethesda wants Doom to be a viable multiplayer game, and now they're just like, here, take it. No more season pass.
Man, I have Doom also.
There you go. Download the update, 6.66 update, and you're good.
I'm all for free shit.
Yeah.
It's good, though, that they did this because, if you don't want to burn your audience, you don't want to burn these people that you sucked into your games.
But what about those people that bought the season pass?
I don't know. I didn't. So the article I read, I believe, was on GameSpot, and they didn't really say. I don't know if they refund it or if they give you extra. I would assume they give you extra. I doubt it's going to be a refund.
Yeah, they're probably going to
they won't refund.
Extra XP.
You can't get a refund for anything on the PlayStation Store
right.
if you get one trophy in the game.
Yeah,
exactly.
So yeah, they'll probably give you something extra.
Extra
Maybe
XP
all
or
future
gun
DLC
mods
will be free. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
So I'd be just assuming at this point.
It's been out for over a year. How much more DLC can there be?
Well, I mean, it's also Bethesda doesn't have the biggest lineup of games, so
True.
they tend to support their games for a long time.
I don't know, except for Mass Effect Andromeda.
They didn't do Mass Effect.
No, that's BioWare. What the fuck am I talking about?
Yeah. That's a whole beast in itself. We don't even need to get on that. Also, the San Diego Comic-Con started today. So obviously that's the biggest Comic-Con. So I'm sure by the time we record for the next podcast, there'll be a shit ton of news coming out from the Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, they're good. There's going to be a ton of stuff coming out of there, is my guess. We're going to see some games. We're going to have some panels to catch up on.
I don't think they'll release any new games, but usually the panels, they release like movie trailers or you get some insight into some upcoming stuff with games. So I think that's...
Yeah, I think it will be DLC based.
Overwatch is going to be there. But yeah, so San Diego, you're going to have a bunch of new info coming out, so we'll have a lot more of that. Hopefully we'll hear some juicy details we haven't heard yet.
And hopefully we'll see some juicy Harley Quinn butts in their little tight shorts.
Oh, the cosplay is going to be rampant.
How many Harley Quinns and Deadpools do you think are going to be there?
How many?
Thousands.
I mean, that tends to be the only thing at Gamescom or any kind of Comic-Con nowadays is Deadpool, Harley Quinn, the Joker, some fucked up version of Cloud.
Dead Quins, Harley Pools.
Yes, absolutely. Zombies, zombie pools.
Zombie Pools, Zombie Joker Quins.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Not my thing. I don't even get overly fascinated with it.
Well, side note, I'm going to the Walker Stalker convention in Atlanta in October, which is the biggest Walker Stalker convention. And they've got the guys. I'm a big fan of Sons of Anarchy.
My sister loves that show.
Yeah, and they're going to be there too. So meanwhile, my girlfriend's mom's going to be standing in line for probably 4 hours to get Jeffrey Dean Morgan's autograph, and I'm going to be going for the Sons of Anarchy guys.
Nice.
Nice.
What is the Walker Stalker convention? I've not heard of it.
So I went last year, and I know I sent you a picture. All it is a con. They have panels, and they've got some of the stars there. And at the Atlanta one, there's a lot of the major players because it's actually filmed in Atlanta, so a lot of them are going to be there. So Daryl, which is Norman Reedus, I'm sure. I mean, he's huge now. He's going to be there. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. If you don't watch Walking Dead, he's the comedian in The Watchmen. And he's also Thomas Wayne in Batman vs. Superman. He's going to be there. And then obviously you got a lot of this Sons of Anarchy guys. There's just a lot of big names coming. You got some producers and directors. I mean, it's a big deal. It's just a huge deal. So you got a con, then you got a bunch of booths set up. For instance, last year, I almost bought a signed copy of Zorro from One Piece by Chris Sabat.
Oh, yeah, I remember you sent me that picture.
Yeah. But I passed up. I ended up getting a Flash shirt. So, yeah, they just have a bunch of, vendors and booths set up. So, it's pretty cool.
That's what's up, man. Kind of sounds like what I'm going to, but I'm going to a big LAN party this weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're going to the big Rocket League tournament, aren't you?
Well, I'm going to DreamHack, so they're going to have esports for CSGO, Hearthstone, StarCraft, Smash Bros, Heroes of Storm, Street Fighter V, and Rocket League.
We actually got one of our very own playing in a tournament, don't we?
No, they decided against it, but there is some, like jump-in tournaments, anybody can play. So they may end up doing some of that stuff because we're bringing a whole team of people from our Rocket League World group.
That's what I thought they were playing in it. I thought it was a big deal.
Nah, we're just doing it as a hangout, but there's, like just some jump-in tournaments they might do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, you should have a great time. And you'll probably actually get the chance to meet a lot of people, so that's really cool.
Yeah, we're looking forward to meeting some people. We've set up some meet and greets. Maybe we'll be able to talk about that on the next episode.
Yeah, some big news coming down the pipe, so I'm really excited about it.
Oh yeah,
Gamescom is coming up. It'll be in August. We're going to that's where we're going to hear a lot of the stuff. I mean, stuff that we didn't hear at E3. Hopefully, we see some games we didn't see at E3. This is obviously not the E3 level event, but this is Gamescom is huge. Hopefully, we'll see more of the Last of Us 2s and Bloodborne 2s. Hopefully.
I pray to God.
More. We're gonna see more Crackdown, probably more Forza.
I want more Kingdom Hearts.
Me too.
Did y'all watch the Toy Story trailer?
Hell yeah.
A few times.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It looks so damn good. So good.
The fighting is amazing. The gameplay just looks so crispy.
It almost looks like a cutscene. The whole game.
Yeah.
Hopefully, now that
really
actual,
does.
Was that a like a rendering? Was that in-game footage, like test footage?
That was actual in-game footage.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It the transitions are good, like from them talking to the characters in the Toy Story world, and then going into a fight. So the way that it just transitions is so smooth, and Donald Duck and Goofy in Japanese just sounds hilarious.
I've been watching a whole lot of Naruto, so I'm like used to those Japanese voice actors now.
Yeah, but you didn't grow up with Donald and Goofy sounding a certain way.
Yeah, like I'm used to Goofy being
yuck.
Gosh,
and then in Japanese he's gonna be like yuck.
Yeah. It's so fucking funny.
He comes out there sounding like Zorro from One Piece.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Yuck. Oh man, that was terrible. We shouldn't have done that. We're gonna have some pissed off Japanese people. We're gonna get all this shit from them. They're probably watching us now, like these motherfuckers.
They're spying on us as we do this.
Bro, I heard one of the podcasts I listened to is a history podcast, and they kind of do like French history and like unsolved mysteries. And they became friends with the guy from Yugoslavia, I believe. And he does a podcast and badmouth Russia, and did a podcast about Putin being dead or whatever. And now Russia like banned him from ever coming to Russia, and they like watch his they keep tabs on him. I was
yeah, no, we're not fucking with Russia.
Oh, you're putting me on.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. No, I'm telling you, like, I mean, it was ridiculous. I'm not trying to piss off any country, especially Japan.
No, we love you, Japan.
A lot of my favorite things come from Japan.
Yeah. Video games, anime, hentai.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you fucking guys.
But, yeah, other than that, I didn't catch up on any news. I think those were some of the big ones. Did y'all see anything else?
Nope, that's it. That's it that I've seen. Some of the glitches from the Destiny 2 beta are kind of funny. I mean, a lot of people are up in arms about it, but it's like, it's a beta. So if your super can become unlimited, why not?
Yeah, one guy glitched through a door or wall and went to a whole unfinished area. So we expected that to happen. You could do that all through the first game.
And they already found a cheese in the strike.
Oh, yeah? I didn't hear about that.
Yep. You get 2 or 3 warlocks, and you guys go hang out in what they're calling the Vex Milk.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
And
about.
you drop your healing rift, and you just stand there with your exotic weapon that they gave you. I can't remember the name of it.
It varies from each
And
class.
apparently it just gives you unlimited ammo
Wow.
from one of its perks, because your health is diminishing low enough to pop the perk, so you just get unlimited ammo all the time.
For those of you not in the know, Destiny is rife with bugs and glitches and cheeses and everything.
I love it, though.
So, of course, the beta is going to be chock full of them, and I'm sure they're going to find plenty more.
Oh yeah, they're going to come out with every DLC, and then they're going to get patched eventually, but, in the meantime, it makes for fun nights when you're like, let's just throw grenades at this boss until he falls off the cliff, or let's Nova Bomb this guy off of the ledge, and let's hide under this bridge and take entirely too long to beat this raid. It's fun.
It is fun, and we started early access because we pre-ordered, but I believe the open access starts Friday. So when this podcast comes out, open access is up.
Yes, sir. It'll start on Friday.
So that'll be everybody. That's really going to test the servers out, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, it's going to be... They're going to have the support team on deck, no doubt.
We skipped over something I just remembered. Jeremy, didn't you buy a Bluetooth controller?
Yes, I did. The 8-bit Do.
Have you tried it out?
I have, and aside from being an absolute pain in the ass to set up, it is pretty damn awesome.
Okay, so...
It looks so small, though.
Yeah, you sent a picture. It looked really tiny.
Yeah, it's very small. It literally fits in the palm of my hand. Cam would not be able to use it with his giant sausage fingers. But it works really well, and I was surprised at how well it knew to map the buttons. Like, the first game I tried was Secret of Mana, and the buttons were mapped to just like when I was playing on the Super Nintendo. So, the B button was slash, A button was run, triangle button was for menus, L and R was to scroll. It was awesome.
Have you tried it with any of the Sega Forever games?
I didn't try Sega Forever, but I did try it with Sonic 2, which I had downloaded, and it makes the game so much more easy. It's so much more satisfying just to press a button and jump instead of tap the screen. And I can now stop on a dime instead of have to slow down about 3 miles away from the ledge.
So you didn't have to go through, you didn't have to configure anything. You just basically hooked it up and it was gone. It was mapped.
No. I said the only hard part was you had to, of course, turn on your Bluetooth, and you have to hold down the start button for 2 seconds for it to recognize it. But the first few tries, it wanted to recognize it as something besides a gamepad. Like the first time, it thought it was a remote control. Second time, it thought it was a keyboard. It took to the 5th try to become recognized as a gamepad, but once it did, it does it every time. In fact,
that's really cool. What's the name of it again?
The 8-bit Do. I got the Zero, which is the small one, but they do make actual regular size controllers. In fact, I bought another one today. That's a Super Nintendo controller. Yeah, so it looks exactly like a Super Nintendo, the exact same size. I'm going to have that one for home. I'm going to take the little one around for, going to work or, family or vacation or something like that. It just fits right in your pocket.
So you give it a good review if you were having to review it?
Oh, yeah. I would give it 4 out of 5 stars. Only reason I would give it that 5th is because it's just a pain in the ass to set up.
Not bad. That's cool. Yeah, I just remembered you showed it to me, and what I would like you to do is hook it up and try one of the Sega Forever games and just see what happens. I know you've downloaded some like Sonic before, but I would like to see it on this service and see how it maps to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, I'm sure it will work good based on what you're saying. It'd be interesting to know if that's the way to do it at this point.
I will say I will not go back to my virtual controllers for any of the games on my phone.
I mean, I don't blame you.
Yeah. And it holds
Did you just prop your phone up and just go to town with it?
Yeah, I'll just put the phone on the table. But I did buy a little stand for $10. That way it'll hold my phone and it clips onto my SNES 8-bit Bluetooth controller, and it's just like a little gaming console right there.
Check this out.
What's up.
You get Chromecast. Get a Sega Forever game or game you downloaded, cast it on your TV, and you're playing with the controller on your TV.
Oh, there you go.
Hashtag winning, baby.
That'd be cool. That'd be probably the best way to do it, in all honesty.
You're absolutely
smart
right.
Smart as hell. And then you can just set your phone off to the side, plugged in, it stays charged. Don't even have to think about it.
Man,
I'm really surprised that Nintendo didn't prioritize this.
Well, that's because it's too simple.
That's too simple, huh?
They don't want to make it complicated.
No.
Come on now.
For Nintendo, you can Chromecast your phone to an exterior tablet that they created. And then with that tablet, you can hook up a VGA adapter with an HDMI out and hook your HDMI cord into that, which then goes into your cell phone via mini HDMI, and then you can plug your cell phone back into the TV.
But don't forget to do the cartwheel plus the 360 before you sit on your couch, because if not, then the cushions aren't set up correctly to broadcast.
Yeah, and then you gotta enter the Konami code in Russian.
Yeah, then you gotta go buy a Game Shark from a flea market and make sure to type in 29-digit code.
I used to love my Game Shark.
I had a Game Shark and a Game Genie.
Same here.
Because I did not like playing games the normal way. I like cheating.
Oh, once I got my Game Genie, that's all I ever did.
Oh, man. Y'all got anything else, guys?
I think that's it. We covered everything. No, I can think of.
Nothing.
Jeremy, you got anything else?
Nothing on my end.
Where can they find us at, buddy?
You can find us on our own website, hellaaveragegaming.com, where we're posting new releases, our podcast every Friday, all our links. We've been making updates to the website every day, basically. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, Google Play Store, iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. I think that covers everything.
I think that's about it. I think you can pretty much find us everywhere now. So make sure to like, listen, subscribe.
Share it with your friends. Let us know what you think.
Everything. And give us some feedback. So like when we're on the show, like we can be like, oh, hey, let's talk about this email. Let's talk about this post. You know, we want some feedback. We want to know what you're thinking. So make sure to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, we're excited every day when we're reaching out to more and more people and our posts are being seen and we get hyped up in the text messages, you know, so we want to know how you guys feel, so let us know.
Absolutely. Jeremy, thanks for joining us on the show today.
It was a pleasure, my friend.
And I'm sure we will.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely have you back soon.
Yep. Anytime you guys get too excited, I'll be right there to bring you back down to earth.
Absolutely. Jeremy, the dream.
We appreciate it.
Everybody, make sure to play on and stay hella average.
Peace out.
Gone.